Right now at 5, approaching storms could cause trouble tomorrow. In fact, a flash flood watch has already been issued. What you need to know. And an important warning for parents. Children report a couple trying to lure them into a van using candy and a box of puppies.
It's crazy to hear that somebody would want to take your kids, you know.
The description authorities have released. And the new iPad for students announced today. The biggest surprise? The price. The news starts now. But we begin with the threat for severe weather. Taking a live look outside, you can see that it's looking a bit ominous.
It is a bit ominous. You're right. A flash flood watch has been issued for tomorrow morning. That will last through Thursday morning. David, how worried should we be?
And I do think it's going to be Thursday morning that we may see the biggest threat for street flooding around here. You can see the setup across Texas. Showers already beginning to crank up across central and north central Texas. Dallas getting some heavy pockets of rain. Another band of heavy rain way out there in West Texas. But both of these areas will be in play in our area as the whole thing slowly moves in our direction over the next 36 to 48 hours. Now, locally, we have some pockets of rain here and there, but nothing too big and bad. Northwest roads out there, 249, are getting a little bit wet for rush hour. Flood watch is in effect. This is the one that's in effect starting tomorrow morning, lasting all the way through Thursday morning. Again, that's what I think the heaviest rain threat and biggest flooding threat will occur. So showers are on the increase now. Heavy rain begins really tomorrow night, but even tomorrow morning we could see some rain. What I'll do is I'll walk you through it hour by hour coming up in a couple of minutes and walk you through the threats, guys. Back with that in a few minutes.
Information we will need. Thank you, sir. Tonight, parents in Cleveland ISD are alarmed and alert after a stranger danger warning.
The school district issued the warning to parents, saying a couple is trying to lure kids.
Jessica Borg is there tonight. What the heck is going on there, Jessica?
These are certainly scary incidents for parents and students. In all of these cases, the kids got away, but authorities want everyone to be on high alert in case the suspect returns. We're here at a bus stop on County Road 304, and we're seeing many parents today show up here at the bus stop to pick up their kids. It's something that parents in schools are always concerned about, a stranger trying to lure kids into a car.
It's crazy to hear that somebody would want to take your kids, you know.
In the Cleveland area, there have been a slew of these attempted luring incidents since last Tuesday. At least 12 kids have reported to police that a man in a white van has rolled up near their bus stops in the Bella Vista neighborhood, speaking to them in Spanish, trying to entice them, saying he has a box of puppies to show them or candy to give them.
There is a Hispanic male with a dark beard and dark glasses, wearing a baseball hat of an unknown kind with unknown writing on it.
The Cleveland ISD police chief says in some of the incidents, a woman has been in the passenger seat but hasn't spoken directly with the kids. The students, both male and female, are between 7 and 11 years old. They've all fortunately run away and told an adult about what happened. Elvira Alonzo says she warns her third-grade son about stranger danger.
Don't talk to anybody and run and tell somebody to help you or go to somebody's house.
The school district has sent home this note letting parents know about these cases. The van has lurked around at least 3 bus stops after school. The stops are a few miles apart from each other near residents' mailboxes. Lorelei Seja's young niece gets picked up at one of those stops on County Road 3406.
We usually don't let them get off the bus and walk home.
Right now, authorities are investigating a possible link between the vehicle and the attempted luring cases and the vehicle used to hit and injure a Texas game warden back on January 1st. The warden had stopped the van, but the van accelerated, running over the warden near Plum Grove Road on the Harris and Liberty County lines. There's a $10,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest of a suspect. In the attempted child luring cases, a piece of cardboard is covering the license plate area.
It is extremely disturbing and very upsetting, and I can assure you that we are putting all of our resources into this investigation.
The Neighborhood Watch Group here says in light of these attempted luring cases, they want to recruit more volunteers. They're holding a meeting tomorrow night at 6 at Montebello Park. They want to get as many parents involved as possible. Len?
Yeah, certainly a lot of warning signs for parents there. I wonder, is the driver targeting students, Jess, who are in groups or people who are alone?
Police say in at least 2 of the cases, students were walking by themselves. In the other cases, they were walking together. Tonight, though, officials stressing the importance of being in groups. It's that old saying, safety in numbers. Len?
Certainly that is so true. Hopefully they'll find this van and find these people. Jessica, thank you.
And now to a story we've been following. First responders found the body of a missing boater on Lake Conroe. The man's family says he didn't come home last night, and according to the Conroe Fire Department, the man's abandoned boat was found floating in the lake with his personal effects still inside. An NFL player and former star quarterback at TCU, Trevone Boykin, is accused of beating his girlfriend so badly that she says she woke up in a pool of blood.
Rekha Mudaraj is looking into this troubling story, and tonight we're hearing from the girlfriend, Rekha.
Yeah, this is so disturbing. I've never seen that much blood. That is a direct quote from Shabrika Bailey, who says Boykin beat her last Tuesday, and it wasn't the first time. She spoke exclusively to our sister station, WFAA, and she says she and Boykin have been in a relationship for several years now, since their high school days back in Mesquite, Texas. Bailey says last week they fought over a text message, and that's when she says he choked her until she blacked out. When she woke up, she says Boykin dragged her to a tub, tried to clean her off, and then hours later, he drove her to a hospital in Mesquite. Bailey was then airlifted to another hospital where she spent the next 3 days. She suffered a broken jaw on both sides of her face, which had to be wired shut, and right now she's missing 2 teeth. Bailey says she never wants to be victimized again.
Why have you decided not to cover for him anymore?
Just because how he's leading about the situation is just not cool. Like, we've been way better than that. Yes, I know I'm probably just dumb and shouldn't have did it the first time, but this time you could have killed me, like, completely.
This is not Trevone Boykin's first run-in with the law. In 2015, he was arrested in San Antonio after a bar fight in which he punched a patrol officer. In March of 2016, he was arrested in Dallas for misdemeanor charges of possession of marijuana and public intoxication. Now, Boykin was a star quarterback at TCU. He was signed by the Seahawks in 2016 as an undrafted free agent, and the Seattle Seahawks rather acted quickly on this one. Trevone Boykin released from the team this morning.
And we'll see where the investigation goes now that she's coming forward.
Absolutely.
Wow, it's hard to look at those pictures.
Very difficult. Now this, a battle is already brewing over the 2020 census. The population count is set to include a controversial question regarding citizenship, and some fear it will scare many people off. Jason Miles is live near downtown Houston with more on the story for us. Jason?
As you know, Mia, the census takes place every 10 years, and data is used to determine where money is spent, including on projects like this. Construction workers are a constant sight in Houston, and some say federal dollars that help build things like schools, hospitals, new roads, and rail could be in jeopardy.
We're very afraid that people would just not participate in the census.
Immigrant rights group Fiel is among those fighting a decision to include a question about citizenship on the 2020 census, something that hasn't been done since 1950.
Most people will more than likely not participate, given the political climate, given the fact that people already fear that the census is going to be used against them.
The ACLU was quick to condemn the decision, adding in a tweet, quote, "Undercounting communities with large immigrant populations could mean weakened political representation and the loss of millions in aid for health, education, and infrastructure." But Senator Ted Cruz was among those applauding the move. He tweeted, quote, "A question on citizenship is a reasonable and common sense addition to the census."
They're simply reinstating a question that has been used for most of the last 200 years.
Harris County Republican Party Chairman Paul Simpson says the citizenship question will actually help protect minority voting rights. The same claim made by Department of Commerce officials who made the change.
I believe this is a question you don't have to answer. There's only a limited number of questions you have to answer. So it's not mandatory that you even answer this question.
Census data is also used to determine how many seats each state has in the U.S. House of Representatives. Here's a breakdown of current congressional districts in Texas and all of those here in Houston and Harris County.
Getting a good census makes certain that everybody gets their fair share of the federal largesse.
KHOU political analyst Bob Stein questions anything that may undermine an accurate count.
There is overwhelming evidence that when these questions were asked in the past, they led to a severe undercount,
which could end up costing certain communities.
I don't even want to see what the numbers are going to look like in 2020 if this question remains on the census.
And the state of California is already threatening to sue the Trump administration over this issue, and a group of Texas legislators are calling on the governor of Texas to do the same. Of course, we'll be watching. Mia?
Controversial move over a controversial issue. Jason Miles, thanks so much. Still ahead, caught on camera, controversial discipline at a local elementary school.
Tonight, what a mother says happened to her son, and hear the school district's response.
Plus, we don't see this much. Apple has something new with a noticeably cheaper price tag.
We'll have to hear that. And a little internet sleuthing going on over who bit Beyonce on the face. Find out who has been ruled out.
Oh, my.
With suspects.